You so much because we know about the Lakers and everything, but this is the city of stars and everything else, and championships are expected here.
What are you saying, like basketball-wise or?
Yes.
Basketball-wise, I mean, I'm just excited to play for the Lakers. I obviously said this is one of the best organizations in the world. Like I said, it's a first start for me, getting through whole preseason. I'm just excited to play for the Lakers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Luka, Brad Turner from the LA Times. What's your leadership style like, and how do you think that's going to work out with this team?
You say leadership?
What's your leadership style like, and how do you think that can work with this team?
I mean, like I said, when you get to the new team, in the middle of a season, it's kind of hard, to get everything together. But as I said before, preseason is going to help me a lot with leadership, getting to know the guys. Through the practice, me and JJ talk about it a lot, so we're just going to have to work it out.
Taking a win with the LA Times also. Luka, speaking to the leadership, how much more comfortable are you being a vocal leader or something, stepping out of your leadership box a little bit now that you've been with this team and this organization for a few months?
Way more comfortable. Like I said before, coming into the new team, it's kind of hard, to get the leadership up. But that's what preseason is for. I had a great run with my national team. Kind of work on that leadership role. So I feel way more comfortable.
Luka, buenas tardes, buenos días. Bienvenido a una nueva temporada. Por fin vas a poder estar desde el principio con el equipo de los Lakers. ¿Cómo te sientes a este respecto?
Me siento muy bien. Tengo muchas ganas de empezar. Ya cuando acabó la temporada pasada, tenía muchas ganas de volver aquí, de empezar. Y me siento muy bien y muy preparado para esta temporada.
Luka, Kobe Price, to your left. Kobe Price, SoCal News Group. The last time we spoke with you in LA after you signed the extension, we asked you about the changes to your physique, the nutrition, the changes you made. Now that you were able to get on the court in Eurobasket, what differences did you feel physically in Eurobasket compared to how you ended last season with the Lakers?
I would just say probably way less tired, a little bit quicker, like I said. Obviously in Europe there's 40-minute game. In NBA is 48. But we play a lot of games in not so many days. So I think fatigue is the biggest thing for me right now.
Luka, Mark Medina, Athlon Sports and Sportskeeda. With all the moves that the front office made this offseason, what's your expectations on how your new teammates can help things easier for you on the court?
I mean, they can help a lot. I think we added some great pieces. Obviously, we have to go through preseason, but I'm very excited to play with those guys. With some guys I play against, it was hard, so I'm glad they're on my team now. So I'm very excited to get to know them, personally, and to play with them.
Hey, Luka, after the off season that you had, is this the best you've ever felt entering into a season?
Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know yet, honestly, but I just know I'm very excited. I'm very ready, and this season should be fun for us.
Hey, Luka. In the games you played in last year, you guys won at a 52-win pace. You guys won 50 games with the number 3 seed. So obviously it was not the ending to the season that you wanted. But what do you feel like you guys showed that you can take moving forward in last season, especially between you, LeBron, and Austin?
I think we showed like we can play with anybody. I think we had that one stretch that I felt like we played the best basketball in the NBA. Obviously, we had some new pieces to the team. So like I say, I'm very excited, and I think we can do some big things.
Hey, Luka, to your right here. Specifically on DeAndre Ayton, just your thoughts on getting an opportunity to play with him, seeing how the playoffs obviously went through, just having a dependable big man, just your thoughts on pairing up with him.
Yeah, I was very excited when they told me, we were trying to get DA. Obviously, we entered the draft together. I know him for a long time, so I'm very excited to have him on my team.
Hi, Luka. Nikki K with Spectrum. A lot was made of your physical transformation during the offseason, but did you make any adjustments mentally, emotionally when you think about your new home, your new team, now that you've had an off season to settle in?
Obviously it's way easier now. Obviously, I went through a lot last year, and it wasn't easy to adjust. So, like I said before, this is a fresh start, fresh mind for me. So, I'm in a better place for sure.
Luka, Maynor Castillo desde la cancha. Ya te preguntaban en inglés el tema del liderazgo, pero dime cuánto tiempo crees que te va a tomar para poder liderar a tus compañeros de equipo como lo hiciste en el Eurobasket con Eslovenia o como lo hacías con los Mavericks antes.
Bueno, la verdad que no sé, depende de todo, pero creo que mucho mejor que el año pasado. Creo que mentalmente estoy mucho mejor que el año pasado, así que no sé cuánto va a durar, pero creo que no mucho.
Luka, tengo dos preguntas. Primero, ¿cómo resumes el off-season? ¿Cuáles fueron tus principales enfoques para llegar en la mejor forma a esta temporada? La mejor forma, ¿qué hiciste en el off-season para llegar a tu mejor forma esta temporada?
Bueno, trabajar bastante. Cuando acabó la temporada fui a entrenar inmediatamente. Tenía mucho tiempo para entrenar y bueno, eso.
Y una más, te vimos compartiendo con Andrzej Kopitar, tu gran amigo, y varios jugadores de los LA Kings. ¿Cómo viviste ese encuentro y qué sentiste al conocer su decisión de retirarse?
Sí, la verdad que lo he visto. Creo que lleva unas 20 temporadas aquí. Es algo increíble. Es un buen amigo y le deseo lo mejor.
Greg Beacham with the AP. You only got 23 games in the regular season with LeBron together in the playoffs. Now that you're going to have a training camp, where specifically do you think you guys can improve as a partnership?
I think just, like I said before, going through practices, it's going to help us a lot. Me, LeBron, and AR, I think we're the leaders of this group, and like us communicating, us practicing some things on the floor will help us a lot.
Luka, what part of your game did you work on during the off season?
I didn't work on anything specific. I think for me, the most I learned is playing 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 3-on-3. But I didn't work on anything specific. Just getting better shape. That's about it.
Luka, sorry, over here again. The organization gave JJ a contract extension they announced it on Thursday. What was it like working with JJ Redick? And I guess, how do you feel about the stability here with your extension, the ownership thing having happened, the 3 to 5 year plan for this organization?
Yeah, I think the stability is amazing. It was great to work with JJ. Hopefully, we can work till the end of my career. I just love him as my coach. He will tell you anything. He will tell you if you did something wrong, if you did something good. So just approach to the game with him, it's unbelievable. So I'm very excited that he's my coach.
Higher. So that's what continues to push me to play this game. I mean, it's really that simple. Me training and working on my body and trying to get my body as close to 100% as possible every year is something that's like, it's a beautiful thing for me. And just continue to challenge and see how well I can, push myself to, play the game at a high level, recover at a high level, be able to sleep better, mentally prepare, try to stay sharp throughout the course of a long season, and just like the roller coaster of an NBA season. That's all like gratifying towards me, to me, no matter the good, the bad, the ugly. Like I love that process. So I think that's all. It's a bigger, so much that goes into it, more than just picking up a basketball and shooting it at the rim.
LeBron, Brad Turner from the LA Times.
How you doing, Brad? Nice to meet you.
Back again. How much does having a young partner like Luka weigh in your decision and your future going forward?
Say it again?
How much does having a young partner like Luka, a savant basketball player, how much will that weigh into your decision as you go forward with this season?
As far as how long I go in my career?
How long you can in your career, right?
Nah, zero. the motivation to be able to play alongside him every night, that's super motivating. That's what I'm gonna train my body for, every night that I go out there and try to be the best player I can for him, and we're gonna bounce that off one another. But as far as me weighing in on, him and some of my other teammates of how far I go in my career now, it would be literally my decision along with my wife, and two of my boys are already gone. Well, shit, one of them is somewhere around here. Yeah, Bryce is down there in Tucson, so he's out the house. So it'll be a decision between me, my wife, and my daughter. Like, that's not even. It won't be, hey, having a meeting with my teammates. It won't be that.
Duke Win. Hi. Duke Win with the LA Times. Speaking to those teammates this year, what were some of your initial reactions to adding someone like Marcus, adding someone like DeAndre to this team this year?
Yeah, and Jake. Just adding, those three guys. Competing against those guys for years, and obviously we know, the matchups that I had with Marcus over the years, especially when we was in the Eastern Conference, him in Boston, me in Cleveland, and just all those matchups that we had. Happy to have him. I know what he brings to the game. I know, that team is first, second, third, fourth, fifth when it comes to Marcus Smart. Adding a big guy like DA, his skill set is very high. His athleticism is high. And so I think he adds another dynamic to our team along with Jackson. That'd be a great 1-2 punch at our center position. And then adding a wing like Jake, a big wing who can shoot the ball, can handle the ball, but his toughness, sneaky athletic as well. It's going to be great for our ball club, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how it comes together. And the best thing about it, we have a full year starting off at training camp. I think that's going to be very good for our ball club. Going into this year.
Kobe Price, SoCal News Group. When we spoke with JJ on Thursday, he was asked about you, Luka, and Austin. The chemistry working together. He mentioned a meeting he had with Sean McVay. He mentioned utility plays as a takeaway from the conversation, plays where you guys can all be involved together. What can a preseason and training camp do for the chemistry for you guys, and where's the excitement level of you guys, I guess, furthering that chemistry, furthering development?
No, I just think it's about time. The more and more time that we're together, the better we're going to be, and I think just having it start from day one. Obviously, us grabbing Luka, whenever that time period was, it took us all, time to transition into how we wanted to play as a team, as individuals, whatever the case may be. But, having day one, and the coaching staff having another year under their belt on how we all can complement each other, play with our strengths, play to the team, and be able to, not, be looking to see who can make the play, but all of us figuring out how we can make plays together, and I think it's going to be beneficial to us having that chemistry from day one, which we will have because of how we was able to finish the season off last year.
LeBron over here, Jim Hill, KCAL 9 News, to your right.
Jim, what's up?
Good to see you. How you doing? Good luck this year.
No, thank you.
Where and how did you develop the passion that you have? And you mentioned that word before several times.
Yeah.
Where and how did you develop a passion that you have for this game?
Well, I mean, it started when I was super duper young, and it literally got me out of like the situation I was in, meaning like sports has done so much for all of us, obviously, but I mean, I can speak to me as a 8-year-old kid to be put into sports and get out of the inner city and get out of the ghetto at the time. It gave me I could get away from reality for 2, 3, 4 hours, being on a basketball court as an 8-year-old kid and running around and enjoying it with, guys that I just met, or being on the football field and being able to just to, feel the breeze of the air and being able to have competition and maybe even letting some anger out on the football field because of what you got going on, in your regular life. So I think the passion kind of started there. And then when you put in the work and you start seeing the results of things happen, I think that also creates it more and more and more over the years. And I think it just stuck with me. I've always wanted to be, I guess when I decided that I wanted to make this basketball thing real, and I figured out that I had a lot of talent. I figured out I had the demeanor and the passion for it. I was like, I just want to put everything into it to try to be the greatest that I can possibly be for me, and I think it all just tied in, over the course of the years.
LeBron, last season at this time, you were talking about how the Olympics opened up a memory of competing at a certain level. Was there something this offseason that maybe gave you a similar reflection or opened up another revelation about this next chapter for you?
I think the chapter of just competition and how hard it is to prepare for a season. If you look at the landscape of our off season in our league, you can see some of the acquisitions that's happened all over our league, and especially in the Western Conference. You know, the Western Conference is super tough, super competitive, and that's great. I mean, we wouldn't want it any other way to be able to go out and compete versus some of the best teams, best clubs, best personnel that you have every single night, and understand like what you're playing for. You know, so. Yeah, I mean, you know, I watched a lot of the EuroBasket, games this off. Obviously, a lot reason was because Luka was playing. I was seeing what he was doing with Slovenia and things of that nature. But just the love of the game and the passion for it just gets me excited.
LeBron, when you opted into your contract this year, your agent released a statement saying that you were looking to compete for championships, evaluating the roster, stuff like that. The competitive level, it sounds like you feel pretty good about it, but is that the case, that you feel pretty good about the way the roster's shaped up this year?
Yeah, I'm excited about getting to work and